Do you know the number one reason DoorDash drivers get deactivated? It's not what you think. And if you don't know the answer to this question, it could be next. Now, I've been doing this for years, 7 to be exact, across multiple apps, DoorDash in particular, but I've watched hundreds of drivers make the same fatal mistakes that cost them thousands of dollars and their entire account. So let me ask you this. Are you making money with DoorDash, or is DoorDash making money off of you? Because in the next couple minutes, I am breaking down the 4 survival essentials that separate drivers who want to thrive from those who just fail. Now, before we dive in, quick question, drop a comment right down below and tell me, are you a new DoorDash driver, or have you been doing this for a while? I want to know who I'm talking to today, because this information applies whether you've done 10 deliveries or 10,000 deliveries. Now, I've been working DoorDash, like I said earlier, for over 10 years, have over 18,000 deliveries, and I'm here to share my knowledge and hopefully to have you make more money in the DoorDash and gig economy. So I've made every mistake in the book that you can probably think of, except getting deactivated. So you don't have to. The tips I'm sharing today are based on my real experiences and some real consequences that I've seen happen to drivers who really didn't know better. So if you're serious about making DoorDash work for you, hit that subscribe button, because I post content daily to help you maximize your earnings and avoid some of these pitfalls. All right, so survival tip number 1. And this is a non-negotiable. Don't take upside down orders. Here's the deal. You should try to never accept an order that pays less than the actual miles that are presented in front of you, period. And honestly, you should actually have a minimum in your head that you would never go under, whether it's $1 per mile, a dollar amount, even if you're a platinum driver. I'm not saying you're never going to take some of these orders, but have a goal in mind so you know where your threshold is. The key is to never drive $3 for 10 miles, because you are literally losing money. Now, the math is simple. If an order is 10 miles for $4, when you factor in the return, you just drove 20 miles for $4. Does that make any sense to any driver out there? That's why, even if you are new, Dashers, you should never do this. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. And this is where a lot of drivers get deactivated without warning, and that is your completion rate. DoorDash has been rolling out almost everywhere a 90% completion rate. And yes, it is in most markets now. And if you want to see some good orders, they're holding this even against drivers these days, and the orders you're seeing as a Dasher. My rule of thumb, because I am a platinum Dasher, I maintain above 90%. A lot of times it's 98, 99%, because the algorithm has changed and they now use this metric against Dashers. Now, under 90%, you can get deactivated. Here's my strategy. If you take it, you own it. Use those cancellations for the really bad restaurants that they say it's going to be 30 minutes, 40 minutes wait, and you're like, no, I'm out the door. I'm not wasting my time. But here's another thing I do, because it's in my market. Hopefully it's in yours. I use worry-free unassigned. I don't abuse it. I use it every once in a while, because you need it for those times when the restaurant is below, so it doesn't hit your completion rate. It's a very fine line out there, because time is money, And when you are delayed, you want to move on, but you want to do it the right way. Hopefully Worry Free on a Sign is in your area. If it's not, save those cancellations for those exact moments. Okay. Survival tip number 3. If you're only running DoorDash, you're leaving money on the table. The drivers making some real money in the gig economy, I'm talking like $25, $35 per hour consistently, are running multiple apps simultaneously. It could be Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, shopping apps, catering apps. They're running them all at one time, but if you don't know how it works, you turn them basically all on. Me, I keep DoorDash as a priority because I maintain high acceptance rates, but I keep the other ones on just in case a really good one comes in and I don't have a DoorDash order. The minute that happens, though, I pause DoorDash so I can complete the other apps, or the other apps I just toggle off or turn off, depending on what app you're working. The key is to have multiple streams of income coming in and more order opportunities to choose from. You want to keep the wheels moving. This way, you're never sitting around waiting for just one app to send you something decent. And speaking of waiting, hotspot positioning is honestly crucial. There are red zones on the DoorDash map that DoorDash wants you to go to, but you need to find your own personal hotspot, because if you go to those hot zones, everyone is sitting in the same spot and you're competing for that same exact order everyone else is. You want to find your own area kind of away from drivers, but you still want to look for restaurants, even a mixture of fast food restaurants. And if you're into shopping, a couple of supermarkets in there as well. Go onto the actual DoorDash app that customers use and figure out what restaurants are busy and what areas are busy and test them out in your market. Number 4, here's something that will literally save you thousands of dollars every year. And that is tracking your mileage for tax deduction. It's coming up quickly. It's just a couple months away, but you need to find a really good mileage tracker. Some are free, some you have to pay for, but as of right now in 2025, the IRS allows you to deduct 70 cents per mile. And if you're driving lots for DoorDash or any of these gig apps, you need to make it a part of your routine and a part of your taxes for the year. It will save you thousands of dollars. I get asked all the time, what do I use? I'm simple. I use Stride. It's free. The only thing is you have to remember to start it when you start your dash and turn it off when you're done. There are auto trackers out there. A lot of them are subscriptions and you have to pay for, but get one that works best for you. Honestly, this isn't an option if you're serious about making this part of your income. Come tax time, believe me, you'll thank me. The last critical point I'm going to make is customer communication. It protects your ratings. If there is a problem, communicate with them. If there is a delay, let them know what's going on. Short, sweet, simple, and to the point. Don't over bombard them with messages because that can have the adverse effect and that could give you a lower score than what you're trying to achieve. Make it professional. Less is more. But they want to be in the know if anything's happening to their order, so they're not blaming you as the dasher. Your customer ratings need to stay above 4.2. If not, you're going to risk deactivation. One false claim can honestly tank your ratings in seconds. And if you don't have thousands of deliveries or even 100 deliveries to cushion it, it could mean the difference in your ratings. Protect yourself with great communication. All right, so let's recap the 4 things you cannot survive without knowing. First is don't take upside down orders and know what your minimum is for yourself. Understand the 90% completion rate metric. If you dip under, you can be deactivated. Number 3, multi-app and position yourself strategically. And don't rely just on DoorDash and multiple streams of income. Track every mile for taxes and communicate with your customers, especially when it's important. They want to know what's going on. These aren't suggestions. These are your survival essentials for DoorDash. The drivers who ignore this advice are going to be the ones posting in Facebook groups asking why they got deactivated or why they are barely making minimum wage. If this helped you, I need you to smash that like button and subscribe for more DoorDash videos that'll help you make more money in this gig economy. I post videos daily to help you maximize your income. So let me know which tip is the most valuable to you, or maybe you'll have your own tip that I didn't mention that is your favorite and works best for you working DoorDash. Either way, go ahead, let me know. While you're there, since we talked about completion rate, what is your current rate as of right now? There is a lot to talk in the DoorDash world and in this community. If you're looking for the next video to watch, this one is up next.